me feel like a bad girl. Feel like a bad girl.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Grind Fantasy official live stream for the 7-game slate. Hopefully everybody enjoyed TJ's pick for that music.
That was not my pick. Don't be an asshat.
What are you talking about? That was definitely your music.
So annoying. You guys hear that shit that he puts on for you guys? Jeez. Just a bunch of goddamn bad girls in this bitch. Let's get it.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Happy Sunday to everybody. Let's end the week on a very good note. We have the I can't stop laughing now. We have the Chicago-Toronto game officially postponed. That is not on the slate, so we now have a 7-game slate with a lot of injury news. Let's start out talking about the chalk, TJ. Did they update the Boston minutes for you yet?
I hope not. I don't want to see whatever trash is going to play for Jaylen Brown. I can't wait for us to just get cuckolded by the Wizards at home. No minute update yet.
No minute update. All right, so then let's move to some more chalk, TJ. Let's go to the very last game on the slate. We're working backwards today. We're starting on the very last game, Charlotte and Sacramento, a very high over-under, and we have some injury news there. Devontae Graham and Gordon Hayward, also Cody Zeller, all ruled out for these guys, TJ, against the Sacramento Kings. We love targeting teams against the Sacramento Kings. Who are we going to prioritize in this matchup?
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of good plays here, Matt. Obviously, this is the highest over-under that we do have on the slate. It has come down a little bit since we had news that both Gordon Hayward and Zeller are listed as doubtful. So it looks like we expect both of them to sit. but I still love this position here. Charlotte on the road, 3-point road dogs now against Sacramento, two teams that do not like to play defense. LaMelo Ball is going to carry a lot of ownership when it comes to cash, and rightfully so at 8,800. He should play around 36, 38 minutes if this game can stay competitive. We're looking at a guy that gets a 3.3 usage bump with no Graham, no Hayward, and no Zeller on the floor, 1.29 fantasy point per minute, 28% total usage. We have him pegged for about 48 DraftKings points, 47.97. So a 5.45 value. I do like starting off builds with LaMelo in terms of cash. I think he is 100% cash viable, and I think he's going to be one of the chalkier plays on the slate, honestly, Matt, even at that price tag of 8,800. So I definitely like going to LaMelo there. I have some interest in Rozier, honestly, but he's probably going to be more of a tournament play. He gets a 3.5% usage bump. He's a 1.1 fantasy point per minute, 26.5% total usage, so second highest on the team behind LaMelo. 42.12 DraftKings points is what we do have him projected for. So honestly, like, he is intriguing. PJ Washington's intriguing. We saw him get a lot of minutes at the 5 against Golden State when we thought it was going to be Bismack. We did talk about, Matt, on stream, thankfully, that we could see a situation where the Hornets did match Golden State's size. So we did see PJ Washington at the 5 for a majority of that game. I think Biz only played like 12 minutes. Yeah. But I think this is a different situation here against Sacramento. If they do roll out Holmes and Bagley, like, they're going to need Bismack Biyombo in his size here against Sacramento. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. But unfortunately, Matt, this is the 10 o'clock game, so we're not going to get lineups until
we are not.
Half hour, 45 minutes
pivot,
before.
boys.
Yeah, so I would definitely be ready to pivot and have some things in mind here, especially if we get a wonky Charlotte starting lineup. Like, we could see Cody Martin get the start. We could see Biz potentially start at the 5. We could see them go back to PJ Washington at the 5. So there's a lot of intriguing plays, Matt. Bismack Biyombo, if he does start, I obviously do like. He's a 0.74 fantasy point per minute at 3,300. I'm only going to be playing Bismack if he starts.
Yes.
I think everybody should feel the same way. If he starts, he's definitely viable for cash at 3,300. And then Cody Martin, Matt and I were talking about this before the stream. It's a really good matchup. He did start last game against Golden State. If he does get the start at the 3 again at 3,300, he should play around 23-ish minutes. He's a 0.89 fantasy point per minute. We have him pegged for 20.06 DraftKings points. So I think you can go there. But right now, Matt, LaMelo Ball is the guy that I am targeting. I didn't even mention Miles Bridges. I think all these
guys are great, man.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at LaMelo and Cody Martin. But again, I'm going to have some pivots in mind in case, Cody Martin for some reason doesn't start. And obviously, if Bismack starts, like, I'm going to want him. So there's going to be a lot of tinkering, especially later in the night when it comes to this game.
The one thing I want to also note, TJ, is that Cody Martin and Bismack Biyombo are the exact same price tag. So if you guys save that util spot, guess what? You can do an easy pivot to whoever's starting. Just saying. So I think that's a great... Yeah, I think that's a great idea going into that very last game. But that being said, yes, all of these guys, I think, are teetering on that line of cash GPP options, TJ. Miles Bridges looks fantastic, passes the eye test, 4.7K is just cheap for a guy playing 32 minutes, gets a usage boost, high-paced game, 117 points. You can say that exact same thing for somebody like PJ Washington, and then obviously whoever's starting between Cody Martin and Bismack Biyombo. So just basically repeating exactly what you said, LaMelo Ball obviously should have the ball in his hand the entire... I said ball twice. Should have the ball in his in his hands the entire game. 26.1% ownership. So right now he's showing the highest ownership on the team. I don't think I agree with that. I think some of these value plays are a better play than LaMelo, but I still think he's very cash viable. I think he's going to be one of the chalkier guys on the slate. That being said, load up on Charlotte. Depending on how these Boston guys look in terms of ownership, TJ, I think it's going to be a good mix of Boston and Charlotte tonight. But we have to also talk about the Sacramento Kings on the other side of the ball because we got some mispricings here. Fox, 31.3% ownership, shows a 5.6 point per dollar value. And again, Charlotte's not playing good defense either this year, TJ. I think that's the LaMelo Ball effect as well. Buddy Hield also 6.1K. I laugh every time I say his name because he's 19.6% ownership. Harrison Barnes, 6.5K. I think in terms of just a matchup, I think you target this game as a whole, TJ. Grab some high usage guys from this game. Hope it goes a distance and stays competitive. What's your take here on the Sacramento Kings?
Yeah, Charlotte in the bottom third, Matt, in terms of defensive efficiency this year. Obviously, Sacramento is dead last in the NBA, and actually by a pretty wide margin. So I do think this game, if stays competitive, we could see a lot of points. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox actually got a really big price bump. He was 7,700 2 nights ago against Detroit, 8,600 now, well, but still, yeah, no, he has. So I do think you can get there in cash, honestly. I think like that mid to high 8K range, there's a lot of decent plays. or the 8K range like as a whole. And then I'm going to throw Tatum in there at 9,100. Like there's a lot of good plays in there. So you're going to be sifting through that, trying to make some roster construction moves and trying to make a lineup that works for you. But yeah, I think you can go to Fox. Buddy Hield also carrying a lot of ownership here at 6,100. He's such an abysmal shooter. Like I'm confused as to why the ownership is as high on Buddy Hield as we're seeing. I understand at 6,100, Matt, we do like
quick.
volume shooters.
I got my hand raised. You can't see me. Sorry. So interesting stat on the season. So do you know who the worst shooter in the NBA is in terms of field goal percentage? Okay, that was quick.
Buddy Hield.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he's shooting like 29% from the field or something
it's absolutely insanely bad. It's him and Anthony Edwards actually. Anyway,
that doesn't surprise me. Yeah. Anthony Edwards doesn't surprise me. But Buddy Hield
at least he's taking a lot of shots as a rookie. Good for him.
Like I remember Buddy Hield at Oklahoma, just like wetting threes, just his buck teeth and just a huge gap, and he was just doing his thing.
He did well in his rookie season too.
Great. No, he's been pretty good for Sacramento up until the last like year, I think. So yeah, it has not been a good shooting year so far for Buddy, but it's a really good matchup. So he's not going to be in the 3-point contest. Sorry. All right, go ahead. Yeah, well, maybe he's trash. It is a good matchup though against Charlotte. So I don't hate it, I guess, but like I don't know if I have the balls to take him in terms of cash, Matt. Charlotte does struggle against scoring wings, but that's or shooting wings, I guess. But Buddy Hield can't shoot, so what does that give you? Like they're last. Charlotte is last against shooting wings. Like I understand that, and I bet somebody says in the YouTube, but Buddy Hield can't shoot, so who cares? So I don't know. I digress. I think you can go there and cash if you really want to. I definitely want some exposure here to Sacramento. Yeah. I wish Barnes was a little cheaper. He was clearly mispriced against Detroit. Right. All these guys were mispriced. I think they got the pricing a little bit more appropriate. Yeah, no, for sure. But I think, Fox is going to be my favorite play. And then if you want to take a stab at Buddy Hield, like hopefully he can hit some shots and he's just not completely ass.
Yeah. I'm going to prefer somebody like Harrison Barnes if you can pay that 400 price difference, just because he's a do-it-all player. He can get you some points when he's struggling to actually physically score the ball. But yeah, Fox, the most obvious play, I think, from this team, and he's actually showing higher ownership than anybody combined between the Charlotte game and Sacramento. So I do like him for cash, TJ. And I honestly am going to prefer him over LaMelo Ball just because, the 8.6K price tag is slightly cheaper. I'm going to trust the guy on the winning side. Hopefully they win. 3-point spread right now, they're at home, so I do trust him just a little bit more than LaMelo. That being said, I still like LaMelo. Let's move over to Boston, TJ. Are the minutes updated yet?
I did see Semi Ojeleye get thrown into the mix here, so that's never a good sign.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, I'm assuming the minutes
It looks like they did, so let's start computing.
Who do they have? Is Javonte Green projected to start? Yeah. Okay.
Let me get
this team. Jason Tatum, welcome to my lineup. Unfortunately, you're such a pain in the ass.
You don't like the 19-year-old Tatum?
Not right now.
Wow.
I'm really upset with him. So
really?
Pritchard at 26.
No, actually, why? I'm actually curious. Why don't you like him right now?
Because he thinks he's too good for himself.
Okay.
He thinks he's just. I don't want to get into
his ego.
We'll cover. Oh, you think so?
I'm just computing numbers. I'm just trying to keep it interesting when we do this.
He's more interested in all-star appearances than he is in the team actually winning, and I don't know if that's just no veteran leadership. It's their team. It's him and JB's team. If Brad's not getting to them, I don't really know what's happening, but it's just not. It's not the Celtics that I saw the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks even of the season. They've just been, they've been so bad. So bad. It's aggravating.
I mean, I can get that. You guys are very young. So, I mean, who's going to be the leader? Tristan Thompson?
I mean, it would be Kemba if he would actually play back-to-backs and didn't suck. But it's looked better lately, which is nice.
Tristan Thompson. How many minutes is that? Tristan Thompson. Oh, Tristan Thompson. What a beast he is, huh?
Yeah, he's
just roasted him
when he plays. He gets a lot of. He's very good on the offensive glass.
Yeah.
Not very good defensively though. So Matt, I'm looking at Tatum obviously at 9,100.
They all look pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, with no Smart, JB, and Langford on the floor, and it's a fantastic matchup, obviously, against Washington. We're looking at a guy in Tatum that gets a 4.8% usage bump. He's a 1.35 fantasy point per minute, 35.6% total usage. We have him as a 5.75 value, 52.35 DraftKings points. So he's gonna be chalky. I'm gonna take my chance and play him in cash tonight. I can tell you that right now. Also, Kemba Walker at 6,800, projected 33 minutes. He gets a 5% usage bump. He's a 1.14 fantasy point per minute. 33.7% total usage, 5.81 on our sheet, 39.5 DraftKings points is what we have him projected for. TT also looks decent, 2.5% usage bump, 1.07 fantasy points per minute. I always get nervous with his minutes, though, because you have Tice, you have Robert Williams,
Sure.
you have other guys that can play that position. So if he comes out pretty lackadaisical, which he normally brings a lot of effort, he could see, 20-ish minutes.
Oh, he's been playing great as of late.
Yeah, he has. And then Pritchard, honestly, at 3,900. I haven't projected at 26 minutes. He gets a 2.6% usage bump, 0.83 fantasy point per minute,
not bad.
5.67 value, 22.14 DraftKings points. Tatum and Kemba are going to be the two plays for me, though. I probably will roster both of them in cash. I think you can take a chance on a guy like Tristan Thompson, especially in this matchup against Washington. Peyton Pritchard also is cheap. I wouldn't mind taking him in tournaments, but in terms of cash, Matt, it's just going to be Kemba and Tatum for me.
Yeah.
And Tatum's currently showing 10% ownership. I think that's going to creep up there.
Tatum's showing 24 for me, so he's up there now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, in terms of cash plays for this team, you're going to take the highest usage guys in a high-paced matchup. That's just how it is, guys. Kemba and Tatum, highest usage guys here, and the rest are going to be GPP options for me. Tristan Thompson, like you said, looks great on the sheet. Great matchup for him, so I do like him. I think he could be cash viable, depending, or I'll say small GPP viable, depending on how big the GPP is. I love him at that 4.5K price tag after seeing what he's been doing. What's going on?
Anthony Simons is going to be in the dunk competition. Oh, Cassius Stanley.
Should we do the, No? Okay.
I don't even think he has a card.
Yeah, I don't think he does either. I don't think I've seen him. To be honest with you, he'll probably have a moment after the dunk contest. Imagine if they bring dunk contest moments.
I love how Cassius Stanley has not even played this year, and he's just like, I'll just roll out in the dunk contest.
Hey, I mean, it's good from him. It's a good marketing.
Why not?
Good marketing for him.
Sure.
All right. Anyway, guys, yes, Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum are going to be cash viable against Washington. You always target teams against Washington and Sacramento. They are both on the slate today. And then nobody else, right? No, we got to go to some of these other cash plays. I think they're kind of intertwined here. Let's talk about Houston real quick, TJ. Houston is without Oladipo, Wood, and Exum officially. So I know you like a couple of these plays. Eric Gordon showing 24% ownership. John Wall showing 22.8% ownership. And Sterling Brown, sneaky, 18.2% ownership at 24 minutes, TJ. Are you going to be taking any one of these guys in cash against a up-pace Memphis team?
So I do like John Wall, obviously, at 8,300. I think the usage is going to be there with no Oladipo alongside him. He is showing, I see 30% ownership still, Matt.
Okay.
I think it might creep down a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially with
Sounds like your ownerships aren't completely updated.
Charlotte, what do you have John Wall at right now?
Hold on. I'm updating one more time. John Wall is at 23.2.
Okay, so it came down a little bit. That makes sense. Yeah, let me refresh and see if I can.
Eric Gordon's higher than him, barely.
Yeah, I still have
it. Looks like a mid-tier kind of night.
Yeah, for sure is. Wall gets a 3.9% usage bump with obviously no Harden who got traded, no Oladipo, and no Christian Wood. 1.25 fantasy points per minute, 35.3 total usage, 35.3% total usage, 5.16 value on the sheet, 42.86 DraftKings points. It is a good matchup against Memphis, Matt. A little bit of an up-pace game or an uptick game there. Memphis actually 3.5 point road favorite. So if this game stays competitive and Wall does see maybe 35, 36 minutes in a competitive game, I obviously do like him in cash. I think you can go there. Eric Gordon, I'm also intrigued by. Projected 32 minutes, 2.4% usage bump. He's a 1.00 fantasy point per minute, 27.5% total usage. We have him pegged for 32.77 DraftKings points. So I honestly think you can go to either of those guys. Daniel House, 5,300 is very cheap. Sterling Brown carrying some ownership as well as 3,900. He's carrying a little bit of ownership there. It's a cheap piece and a good matchup. So right now, I think Wall would be my priority. If you landed on Eric Gordon, I wouldn't hate it, but I think I do want some exposure here to this Houston team.
You do? Okay. So we were talking about this before the stream, TJ.
One of these guys, yep.
Yeah, so I think this is a slate where there's nobody that really stands out. When I mean stands out, it's like a 6+ point per dollar value, 7+ point per dollar value. I think this is a slate where you kind of need to look at the matchup and just say, all right, what makes sense here? Is Boston, Washington going to be higher scoring than this Memphis-Houston game? Probably. Same thing with the Sacramento-Charlotte game. So if you guys are playing cash games, I think you do need to prioritize the Charlotte guys, the Boston guys, and then the Houston guys in that order. TJ, do you agree with that? In terms of stud play?
Yes and no. I mean, you do look at the over-unders for sure, and I completely agree with you there. But I think you also need to take into consideration who's actually out, surrounding those teams. So like Oladipo and Christian Wood are two huge
Sure.
usage guys. So I do obviously think John Wall would be a preference for me. Would I put him in front of a guy like Tatum without Smart and Jaylen Brown? Probably not. Um, and then you got to take into consideration Hayward, Zeller, and Graham. So
Yeah.
yeah, I want exposure to Charlotte and Boston, but that doesn't mean that I don't want any exposure to Houston as
Sure.
well.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just trying to talk in terms of ranking them for cash, but
Yeah,
in
no,
terms
it
of
would
upside.
Yeah, it'd probably be Charlotte and Boston, 1A,
Yeah.
1B, and then Houston at 3.
Yeah.
Or 2, whatever.
All right, good. So we're on the same page. But these guys are definitely going to go overlooked, TJ. That being said, Sterling Brown, 14.9% ownership, definitely makes for good GPP plays. Noaba also does at 11.3%. Daniel House are all playing 30 minutes. Sorry, just Daniel House. Sterling's playing 24, and Noaba's playing 27. So they're playing close to 30 minutes. So love them for GPP upside with low ownership. That being said, who else are we missing? Oh, let's go to the other side of the ball real quick. Justice Winslow, 3.4K, 22.9% ownership, and also John Morant showing 21.7% ownership. TJ, you're going to get to these Memphis guys at all?
That's going to be tough, especially if you're prioritizing here. Like, do I like John Cash? Yeah, I think you can go there. I do want some exposure to this game, so I'll tell you now, Matt, I'm probably going to have one of Ja or John Wall in my lineup, because if I'm going LaMelo and Tatum, and then if I'm getting Kemba in there as well, it might be tough to have Ja and Wall. I don't even think that's viable. So it is going to be tough trying to construct, but I do want some exposure here to Houston and Memphis. I'm just not sure which side of the ball. I do think it's a really good matchup for John Morant. He's a 1.22 fantasy point per minute, projected 33 minutes, 28.3% total usage. We have him pegged for 40 DraftKings points on the dot, 40.02. So I do like him. I think he is cash viable. Justice Winslow, Matt, 3,400. I think he's an intriguing, cheaper option. Looked good last game. Only took 8 shots, but he hit 4 of them, which was, the same amount of shots he hit his first 2 games against Phoenix and Dallas. So at 3,400 in a good matchup against Houston, like I don't hate him as a last piece. I don't know if I'll go there. What do you have Joval at for ownership, Matt?
Joval at 8.5% ownership.
Okay. Like
he's in a
going up
spot.
against like I love him for tournaments if that's going to be his ownership. Like that's criminal going up against PJ Tucker.
Yeah, we just got a comment about that in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, the minutes are going to be they're so scattered and hit and miss for him, but if he can play 30, 32 minutes in this game if it's competitive, like he can go for 50 plus.
Oh yeah.
It's just a perfect spot for him.
Yeah. You don't think PJ Tucker can keep up with him? All right. Yeah, I completely
PJ Tucker
agree.
hasn't scored a basket since 2012, so I don't know.
2012? Maybe, really? That's a long time. I have to stat check that, TJ. I don't know if that's true, but it seems pretty accurate.
Loving Val. Holy shit.
Yeah, they're spamming. He literally said Val spam. All right. Completely agree with you. I think Justice Winslow and John Morant make for some good not GPP, cash fillers. That will end the cash section of our. I'm just making sure. Who else? Who else am I missing?
Is Jay Crowder still showing ownership for you?
He is not anymore.
He isn't. Okay.
No, they all dropped.
Him, honestly, is it? Okay. What do you have him at though? Is he like
12.3.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's he showing on Rotogrinders? Still up there.
Like 98 now, 30.
98. Nice. Okay. All right, TJ. Let's move on to some GPP options. I feel like we covered them. Do you wanna start this segment off?
Sure.
All right.
What do you have Booker out for tournaments, Matt?
Booker is also the Phoenix Suns are low on now.
Okay. Because I do like Booker at 8K. It's a really good matchup against Minnesota. They are really big road favorites right now, 10-point road favorites. But if that game somehow stays competitive, like I do like Booker. I also like Cat at 10-1. Both of them showing some ownership, Matt, but I think they're a little bit low enough where they are intriguing tournament plays. Okay, perfect. Over Roto's all shambles.
Sounds like it.
Joval, like we talked about at 7,400, I really like. 8 net 7K. I think he's interesting in that same matchup against Minnesota. I want to say Anthony Edwards again because he just continuously shoots.
He is. He shows well on their sheet.
Yeah, so he does show well on the sheet as well. So I do like him at 6,800. I think the ownership's going to be low on him. Who else do we have? Who else tickles my fancy? Kyle Anderson, 6,600 against Houston. Like he could have a pretty big game. It's the same type of situation. He's a bigger guy. He'll be the second tallest. He'll be the second biggest guy on the floor tonight behind Jovel. So I don't hate Kyle Anderson. Harrison Barnes, like if you want to get different there. Rashawn Holmes is interesting, Matt, at 6,500. if they decide to put PJ Washington at the 5 and try and run like they did against Golden State, like Rashawn Holmes is in a smash spot. If they do decide to use Bismack, I think it's obviously a tougher matchup there for Rashawn Holmes, but I still do like him as a tournament play. So he's somebody I definitely want to be overweight on. He's only showing 12.9% total ownership. So I do kind of have some interest there. Dennis Schroeder at 5,900, I think, is an intriguing play. We didn't even talk about Derrick Rose. Peyton is doubtful. He is showing some ownership. Yeah, I do like D Rose. I do think you can get to him at 5,700. He's looked really good since he's starting. He's projected 29 minutes. So I'm going to say 28 to 30. Obviously, that's 29. 1.12 fantasy point per minute, 25.6% total usage. We have him pegged as a 5.9 value, which is one of the higher ones that we do have on the slate at 33.7 DraftKings points. So I really don't hate Rose. I think he's in a really good spot. And then, we're still pending some pretty big injury news from Miami. Jimmy Butler is now.
We didn't even talk about that. I can't believe we didn't talk about that.
Yeah,
that's
so if those guys are ruled out, or just Jimmy, like Dragic at 5,400 is so cheap. None at 5,600, way too cheap. If Jimmy's out and Hero's in, like Hero at 6,300. If Hero's out and Butler's in, I still think Dragic and Nunn are really cheap. So in a really good matchup against Atlanta here for really good matchup for Atlanta for Miami.
Yeah.
I think there could be a lot of value that opens up there with Miami if both those guys are out, or if one of them's out, especially Jimmy.
You took all the GPP plays, so I'm just gonna not talk. Do you like Steph tonight? I feel like Steph is in a good spot. Same thing with the Lakers. I mean, it's a competitive matchup. You gotta love that, right? Prime time.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah. I think I'd rather go to Cat at 10-1, but yeah, I don't hate Steph.
Yeah, gotta like LeBron James. Just and whenever he's playing in a pace-up spot in this kind of matchup, he always tries to show up against Steph.
Good. Yeah, LeBron James is a really good player. He's always jamming it. So I do like LeBron James.
All right, let's move on to the questions. CJ, it's 6:05. We're running just a tad behind, but
are we?
We're usually getting to the second around 6.
Segment at 6.
Let me go over to the
Your
premium
questions
YouTube.
answered live by Matt and TJ at 6.
Bo says today is a good night to join Patreon. Well, guess what? The memberships do end tonight. So guess what? If you guys want to sign up at midnight, that would be the premier time to sign up for Patreon, because all the subscriptions restart tonight. So if you guys want to sign up, grab the full value. Tomorrow morning would literally be the best time. But if you sign up tonight, DM me. I will refund you for tonight. How about that? Maybe a free trial tonight? I don't know. All right. If the Rockets decide to stick with PJ Tucker at the center, either way, they're trash at center. Could Joe Val be in a smash spot? Yeah, we talked about that, Joey. Joe Val shows up in a great spot tonight. I think his ownership is way, way too low. I think GPP just for Joe Val, just because his minutes are never that high. 28 projected minutes is what we have right now. TJ, take it away.
Oh, okay.
These guys really hate GPPs. We literally just talked about GPPs for the past 10 minutes, so don't know why we got the hate there.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody just wants the GPPs. They want to win the 100,000.
I get it.
Anyone else feeling like a bad girl today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 60% of the time it works, 100% of the time. Paul Rudd quote. Love that. What it is, Jive Turkeys. Hi, J3. I don't know if I can say Jive Turkeys on YouTube, so I probably shouldn't. Let's see. What else? J Val against Houston. I agree. We got a GPP lineup from what? I have no idea. Matt, can you look at this name? I always just call him what?
Ooh, wait,
I cannot say his second word. Go up.
Is this
go to the
troll?
top of the YouTube.
Okay.
No. What is always in here? I just can't say the word after in his name. Internoxious. Okay.
I don't see
GPP lineup.
I don't see
Okay,
it.
it's fine. Just move past it. He'll probably comment again and tell me I'm an idiot because I can't speak and say words good. Dragic, Rose, Tatum, Vanderbilt. We didn't even talk about Vanderbilt, man. He looked great last night. Val, DSJ. Ooh, Dennis Smith Jr. Okay, he does rank well on the sheet actually. Barnes and Eric Gordon. I actually do like that.
Yeah, not bad.
LaMelo or Fox for GPPs.
LaMelo's showing lower ownership. So
yeah, I like LaMelo.
Like LaMelo, sure.
My dad's calling me. Vanderbilt needs more consistent minutes. Yeah, Kyle, I agree.
For sure.
Boston Life fan. I can't even finish a quarter without breaking my fourth TV. Say Green Wizard. Green Wizard, I feel you, baby. Waylon said Tice. I don't hate Tice as somewhat of a cheaper option, honestly. But I still, Kemba and Tatum are the two guys that I want. Is Javonte Green cash viable if he starts? I wouldn't. Nwaba going to drop the hammer tonight, said J3. Okay. He's going to get some minutes for sure.
Contrarian.
Tate or House? I think I go House. He's a lot cheaper than Tate tonight. I guess it kind of depends on your roster construction. They're somewhat similar, actually, in terms of price. I still think I do like Daniel House there a little bit more. I'll ride the hot hand. I know I've brought this up a couple of times, but tomorrow the Cool Cats event is going to end for AD.
Yes,
should I sell
will.
my 3-point LeBron and go for another Cool Cat since I have Hero?
No, you shouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. If you have Cool Cats right now, you sell them off. The same thing with the comments, in my opinion. TJ, I think, is agreeing with me for the most part. As long as you can buy up for a rare. We've both been doing that. So to kind of condense our portfolio, the commons guys are just going to go down. They're just going to keep going down. They might go up here and there, but in the long term, they will go up, but not as much as these rares. So pay up for them.
All right, Green or Val? Is that Draymond Green? Give me Val. Who are your 2 favorite point guards for cash? 2 favorite point guards for cash. My 2 favorite point guards are going to be LaMelo and Kemba. I also like John Wall and Fox and John Morant. I like the point guard position is absolutely tonight. Like John Wall, LaMelo, Fox, John Morant, Kemba, Eric Gordon. Like you can make an argument for any one of those guys in cash.
I got a quick question.
I'll probably have 3 of them tonight. Go ahead, Matt.
Kemba, Fox, Ball, all point guards. And we're literally talking about this right now. Gotta drop one to keep the util open for that Sacramento Martin Biombo. Who do you drop between Kemba, Fox, and Ball? Wait, is it just one? Yeah, drop one. Oh, we're gonna disagree here. I don't know, man. That's tough. That is so tough. I'm gonna say if any one of them, I'm gonna drop Ball. Just because of the reasons I was talking about earlier.
Ruled out.
Nice. All right, never mind. So we got more point guards to talk about. One of them being Dragic. So prepare, guys.
Tyler Hero's playing too. God damn it.
Woo!
All right. Let's see.
Good for top shots. No, seriously though. Seriously.
You're funny.
That's smash spots.
All right. So Avery Bradley and Jimmy Butler. Smell ya. Good matchup against Atlanta. And Jimmy Butler, the best defensive player on that team. Obviously him and Bam. So maybe a little more intriguing here in terms of an over-under. So let's take Jimmy off.
Oh, not the Bucks. Miami.
I'm going to put... So Hero was questionable with the hip. I'm going to put him to 32 minutes. I'm going to put Nunn to 34. I'm going to put Dragic to 30.
Is it just Butler and Bradley? Officially?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Bam gets a 2.5% usage bump. Tyler Hero gets a 4% usage bump. Kendrick Nunn, 2.3. Dragic gets a 1.6. Duncan
Where's Bradley?
Robinson,
Am I blind?
Neutral. Avery Bradley, top left, I think.
Oh, yeah, literally. Very top.
Kelly O is trash.
What in tarnation?
I'm going to love Dragic now.
Yeah. Oh, obviously. Love him anyway.
3-3, 27.6.
Yeah, now we're starting to get to some good value here. Dragic, how many minutes you say, TJ? About 30? 32?
I put him to 30. Yeah, I think 28's safe, but I'm gonna go.
He's gonna play more than that.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm gonna say
30.
Dragic, 1.04. Duncan Robinson, 0.71, and Kelly O. Where are you, Kelly? Yeah, so my interest lies with Nunn and Dragic. I wonder what kind of lineup we're gonna see. Like, will Iguodala start?
How many minutes you have for Nunn? 30.
I put Nunn to 34.
34.
Yeah.
He's only at 22 right now. You think he's gonna jump up 12 minutes?
You at 22? I am at 29.
Before that update?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Gabe Vincent is playing, right?
He's irrelevant these days.
I know. Okay.
Yeah, he'll be in.
If he's actually going to play 34 minutes, I obviously like him, but that's a question still. And you have Tyler here. We're going to say 32.
Yeah, Hero's the guy that could probably play the 34 if his hip's good, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it should be.
We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens with the minutes. We still got 15. We still got like 12 more minutes on the stream.
Good point. Good point.
But that's just my prediction. I would say Dragic around 30, Hero 32, Nunn 34, Duncan 35, Bam.
It's a Linux looking like here. 28 minutes.
4,400. Yeah.
He's annoying. Why is he so annoying?
I was hoping Hero was going to be out, man. All right, so there's definitely going to be some Houston value.
You mean Miami?
Yes, Miami. Sorry, not Houston.
All right, we'll come back here once the minutes are updated. Let's go back to some questions here. So no, right in the nick of time, we just covered Miami. You missed it. Just kidding, we didn't cover it yet.
Actually, we have some comments in here. None could play 40 minutes. None will be darn close. So we got 2 guys that think none will. I think 30. More? I mean, I think I said 34 to be safe. Like, I think he could play 36. Like, he's a guy that can definitely log minutes for them.
It's just so weird because we haven't seen the situation with just Butler and Bradley out, so we don't really know. Like, it could be anywhere. Like, Dragic is playing. Like, I don't know. Could be anywhere from that 30 to 36 range.
Jimmy hasn't sat in over a month.
Right.
And that was with, we had a starting lineup of Duncan, Kelly, Bam, Nunn, and Hero. So those were the same situation that we didn't have Dragic, though.
I want to give a quick shout out to Aaron Hicks, who just said already bought a ton of shares of Dragic and Nunn on Jock Market. What a beast you are. You're about to make a lot of money. So if you guys haven't signed up for Jock Market, DGF20, I would load up on those Miami guys as well. I haven't even looked at the rankings, but you might as well jump on the train right now, guys.
Oh my God, Matt, imagine how good all those guys are going to be in SuperDraft. Like, players.
Well, guess what? I'm about to update all the projections here in about 5 minutes.
I've been absolutely obsessed with SuperDraft.
SuperDraft is so easy if you just follow the projections, CJ, especially ours. I mean, we literally punch in the numbers, we put them over to the projections, we put them over to the multiplier, and it just gives you a lineup. Like the top 8 you just take from. That's it. That's all you do. What?
Someone just said, I don't think Kelly O will continue to shoot like Lonzo with vision.
Jaden, love that.
Here come the Dragic or none question.
Oh no, we got our first update. Tom Pierce, thank you so much for the subscription. Here we go.
What do you got?
Nope. No more? Are we good?
What?
Yeah, I thought the updates were coming in all at the same time. For the subscriptions.
Oh, you're saying you're saying YouTube. Okay, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood you. I thought you meant updates like you got a minute update. Someone just said Aaron ... Sal Vetri.
Oh, is that are they making fun of the fact that he talks about Jock Market so much? It's a reference there. Worst feeling is when you're so close to getting your question answered and then you get skipped. Blake, gonna go up to make sure we answer your question. Hold on 1 second. Blake. Tournament. Kemba, Monk, Edwards, Barnes, Noel, DSJ, Sterling Brown, Russ. Very contrarian. However, I do like that. Big GPP. Sorry, Blake. Sorry. We get caught up in the moment there with these updates.
Blake, it's Matt's fault.
Yeah, it's usually my fault.
Grant just said new Cool Cats list is out, Matt.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, the Cool Cats are all the Kentucky guys, right? So there's only a select few you can actually choose from. How many minutes is Iggy gonna get? I had him at 18, I believe. Let me just double check. And again, we're waiting for the minutes to update, so hold on. Hold on to your butts.
Vanderbilt a good play. I actually do like Vanderbilt, honestly. I wouldn't go there in cash, but I do like him in tournaments. The minutes have been kind of wonky with him. If he can play like 26 minutes, like I do like him.
TJ, that's something we didn't consider. Andre Iguodala should get a little minute boost, shouldn't he? Without Butler, you would think. 25 plus minutes.
Guys, see, Matt just doesn't listen to me. This is what I have to deal with, guys.
4K though, that's like a trap. I don't like that.
I wonder if Iggy starts, but I doubt he does.
No,
yeah,
he's not
a fan of him.
They're gonna put him on Trae Young for defense, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, okay. What else here? What do we have? Someone saying Caruso are gonna drop a 50. Bam. Bam or Tatum? I still like Tatum, Kyle.
All right, let me upload some SuperDraft projections because you got me thinking, TJ. You got me thinking.
Best center, I think Joval. Honestly, if I have to take one for tournaments, if I'm looking at cash though, it's probably going to be Bismack as a cheap option. I think he's going to open up some ability to spend up on some of those like mid to high tier range guys that everybody is obsessed with tonight, and rightfully so. Trying to build a lineup right now and see what I got.
Guys, upload our projections to SuperDraft. Throw on that 100% randomness. Put on 20 lineups, and you got yourself a GPP takedown. Just saying.
I agree with you, unfortunately, because I hate you and everything that you are. I'm just kidding. I love you. I think I'm gonna go Nunn and Dragic.
Hold up. Oh, never mind.
Morikawa one. He's so good.
I thought it reset all my projections. I was about to freaking throw my mouse through the screen. Boom.
Part of me doesn't want to play
Boom.
John Wall.
Boom. Why is Nerlens no? No, Nerlens Noel is not that high. We're not keeping him up there. Okay. All right. I got my projections. Wow. There are some bangers. You ready for this?
Yep.
De'Aaron Fox, number 1, 1.3 times multiplier. 62.71 points is what we have him at. Derrick Rose, TJ, you're going to love this. Ready? 1.7 times,
Okay.
1.75 times multiplier for Derrick Rose.
That's such a slap in the face.
You got to love to hear that, right?
Yeah, that's so disrespectful.
You're going to love to hear this one, too. Bradley Beal against your Celtics, 1.2 times multiplier. Same thing with Westbrook.
Destroy us.
Same thing with Westbrook. Same
They're
exact
both
thing.
gonna destroy us.
Rozier, TJ, 1.45 times multiplier. What?
Wow.
What? Against Sacramento. I think that's my favorite one. Jason Tatum, your boy, also has a
Rose,
multiplier.
dude.
Huh?
Rose is by far the best one.
No, he is good. Tatum also has a 1.15 times multiplier. Steph Curry, 1.15 times multiplier. That's actually pretty cool. And then LaMelo Ball, 1.25 times multiplier. So all of those guys I absolutely love. I think Rozier and Derrick Rose have the best multipliers. SuperDraft guys, head over. If you haven't signed up, link is in the description. You literally just click it. Head over to the SuperDraft app, and then you download it. You guys get the 50% match up to $500. Free money over there.
Matt, I know we complain about this a lot, and I know we don't mean to. I just want you to look. Look how many people are watching us.
Oh my gosh! Don't tell me how many likes.
Look how many likes we have.
You're gonna make me do this. They're all gonna hit it before I click on it. Just tell me.
Nah, I don't know if they are. 236 you in here. We love you guys. Thank you so much for
and the one dislike
every
you can
night.
get bent.
You guys are fantastic. No, the one dislike, it is what it is. You're 31 likes though, guys. It'd mean the world to us if you guys could, when you get in here, smash that like button. It only helps out the stream.
brand.
I know we hate to ask for it. We know you guys are just coming in trying to consume some sort of
free content.
Content. That's the thing that I was looking for. Content. But likes are huge for us, obviously. So we do appreciate it, guys. Thank you. But back to your questions. We're not going to sit here and beg. We're better than that. Matt, I do want to check out the Celtics situation now and see what we do have as a projected lineup. I also want to see if we have some Jimmy Butler minute updates.
Yes.
So we do have a projected lineup here for Miami that makes more sense. We got Nunn and Hero in the backcourt. We got Duncan Robinson, Kelly, and Bam. I do like that.
Jimmy Butler's stats has been updated. He's showing 11 minutes for me. What?
Jimmy Butler playing 11 minutes?
Yeah, apparently he's playing 11 minutes even though he's not playing.
Ruled out, but he's playing 11. I do like that. Do we have any ownership updates, Matt? Jason Tatum, 42% owned.
Yeah, the Boston guys are the top right now.
Yeah, buddy. We're going to get smoked.
I don't think it's possible to get smoked by the Wizards.
Dude, the Wizards are better than the Celtics.
You keep saying that, but that's not true. That's not true.
It is true.
They're not better.
A much better.
You guys are 6-point favorites. Chill with that.
I understand that, but I'm talking about how the Celtics have looked as of late. Like, yeah they beat the Pacers, but
they did turn it around recently, didn't they?
The Celtics?
Yeah, they beat the Pacers. Yeah, see, the new streak is coming, TJ. New streak is coming.
The Wizards have won like 7 of 8 or 8 of 9, or I mean, they beat the Nuggets. They beat the Nuggets. We beat the Nuggets. I don't know. Whatever.
All right, let's get to some questions here while we wait for
in,
Miami.
Aaron. Yes, Bam is in. First thing I do is smash the like button. Said Green Wizard. Green Wizard, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we really do.
Cheap forward options.
Look at David's comment. Don't repeat it. All right, FanDuel.
Oh my God, love that. FanDuel. Oh, you're gonna read a line. I was gonna read the cheap forward options real quick. Jay Crowder at 4,500. I don't hate him. I think he's ship. Cody Martin's interesting for Charlotte there at 3,300 if he does start, and then Justice Winslow at 3,400. Sterling Brown 3,900. Those are a couple guys that I do like in terms of cheap plays. Miles Bridges also for Charlotte there at 4,700 is a little bit intriguing, but I think those are some decent cheap options. Go ahead, Matt.
All right, we got a FanDuel single entry tournament. We got Ball, Dragic, Hero, Edwards, LeBron, Barnes, Vanderbilt, PJ Washington, Holmes. I actually don't mind that. That is a tournament, so I do like it. What are the Suns Timberwolves ownerships looking like? I know players from that game should be low owned and good for bigger GPPs. You're exactly right, Joey. That's That's right. I mean, all the Phoenix guys are below 10%. Same thing with Minnesota. Those guys are definitely good options for GPPs. Over, under. Don't know why I was about to say under, over. Over, under is at 225 right now. So probably middle of the pack. Yep. Right now. Actually, third highest, technically. Yeah, third highest. That's all I got. Is it Naismith or Neesmith from Boston?
Neesmith.
Do you like
I don't. No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know anything about him, so.
Him, Javonte Green, like Semi, all those guys are going to log some minutes. I just don't trust any of them. I wouldn't take it. The only guys I'm really looking at are Kemba and Tatum.
Okay.
Teague at 3,500, like he's somewhat interesting. I'd rather go there for tournaments if I had to take one of those cheap Celtics. Dragic or none, that's going to be the question. I think I go none. I just think he's going to play. He'll probably play like 8 more minutes than Dragic. Like Dragic is a better fantasy point per minute. But I think I trust the guy that's probably going to start. So right now, Matt, we did get updated minutes. It looks like.
It does look like that. Nope, I have 11 minutes for Jimmy Butler. So.
Okay, because Roto has, and I disagree with this. It has none at 29, and
I have none at 26.
I don't agree with that.
I don't know, TJ. I honestly don't know. Because, dude, they have a lot of guards. They have all the guards.
I know. Go look at Nunn's logs.
I am looking at them, yes. Okay. I know he plays a lot of minutes.
Show me a game where he's played 26 minutes or less in the last 15 games.
I understand that, but Hero's out.
Hero's been in for most of these games.
The last 2, and he's played 29 and 36. I'm not saying he couldn't play as many minutes as you think. I'm just saying maybe we should be more conservative with the projections. I know you want to start Kendrick Nunn. Trust me, I know you do. But I don't know. I don't think he's playing 36 minutes. They have a lot of guards, dude. They have a lot of guards.
Pissed off now.
They have a lot of guards.
I mean, if that's going to hold true and Nunn's going to play 29 and Dragic is going to, then Dragic is going to be the play for me.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'll go ahead and say Dragic for now. I just don't think that Nunn plays less than 30 minutes. I don't see that.
Also, when you look at the guards on the roster, Nunn is trash compared to the rest of them.
Nunn is not trash.
Nunn is so bad, it's unbelievable. Have you seen him play? Here, let's look at the stats. So Nunn 0.92 fantasy points per minute. Here's a 1.03. Dragic, yeah, they're like significantly better according to actual stats. Precious Achua is as good as him, so that's good. Silva's better.
I hate you so much.
Duncan Robinson, all right. Duncan Robinson's not good.
I'll go Dragic and Cash. So yeah, I have my lineup. Is it sad? Yeah, it's kind of sad.
All right, we'll end it on that note, guys. Let's go over the Cash Core, TJ, and then we'll end it.
Okay.
Cash Core, if we had to make one right now, I am locking in both fellas from Boston, Kemba Walker and Jason Tatum. One of the other of, is it Cody Martin that's actually playing, or Caleb Martin? It's Cody, right? Cody Martin or Bismack Biyombo, whichever one's starting for them. And then I will lock in, last but not least, Dragic. That's my core.
Okay.
Who's your core?
My core is going to be Tatum and Kemba. LaMelo. And I'd probably say Dragic too, yeah. I do like him. If he is playing 32 minutes, like I guess I don't really care what Nunn's playing. I completely disagree with Nunn playing 29 minutes. I don't think that's right.
Sloppy says mute Matt 5 minutes. You guys like Nunn?
I just think the minutes aren't. I don't know. Whatever. If I'm wrong, I'm fine because I'm playing Dragic anyway. So I hope Nunn for some reason plays 26.
I mean,
I would go.
In terms of DK, Dragic is the better player. And in terms of minutes, like if he's playing the similar minutes as Nunn, Dragic is the better play. I think you're going to agree with that.
Yeah, but I just think I still think Nunn's going to play more minutes. But it's fine because I'm probably going to go with Dragic. And Dragic also has shooting guard eligibility.
That's another great point. So Nunn should stay low. And so for GPPs, if you guys want to load up on Nunn, don't hate that. So we're going to go and update the Patreon cheat sheet. We'll probably be adding him to our favorite GPP plays. With all that being said, guys, thanks for tuning in. It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday night. Thank you for all 250 of you guys. With all that being said, have a great rest of your night and let's cash.
Love you guys. Good luck.